Imagine this. You post videos for months. You put your heart into them. You experiment, you tweak, you try new things. And all you get is 73 views, 112 views, 46 views. You stare at those tiny numbers and you start thinking, maybe this just isn't for me. Maybe the algorithm just hates small channels. And then one random day, you wake up, check your phone, 10,000 views, 50,000 views. Your subscriber count is climbing in real time. It feels surreal. People call it luck. They say the algorithm just picked you. But it never works like that. There's a pattern behind why small channels suddenly explode, and very few creators ever get to hear it explained clearly. So today, I'm going to walk you through that pattern as one continuous story. What actually triggers these explosions, what leads up to them, why they happen so suddenly, and how you can build that moment instead of waiting for luck. The first thing we need to clear up is the myth that YouTube randomly picks people. It doesn't. The platform is constantly studying viewer behavior, what they like to watch, how long they watch, what they click, what they avoid, which videos keep them on the platform, and which ones make them leave. So when a small channel blows up, it's not because some engineer flipped a switch. It's because one video finally convinced the system. When you show this to the right type of viewer, they respond. That's the spark. But to understand how that spark becomes an explosion, you have to understand how discovery works now. Traditional things like trending pages or trying to rank in search don't drive the majority of growth anymore. The real engine is personalized discovery. Your video being matched to the exact viewers who are likely to enjoy it. Your video gets tested with a small pocket of people on the home feed, then connected to similar videos through the suggested system. And if it's a short, it gets tested rapidly in the shorts feed with small batches. Behind the scenes, YouTube uses modeling that says, people who loved these types of videos also love this new one. So the game is no longer, how do I get YouTube to notice me? The real game is, how do I make a video that, when shown to a tiny group of people, performs so well that the system has no choice but to widen the test? This leads us into the hidden three-phase pattern almost every exploding small channel follows, and it begins with the phase nobody wants to talk about, the quiet build. This first phase looks like failure from the outside. Your channel looks flat. Your view count barely moves. But inside YouTube's systems, data is forming. A healthy click-through rate for most creators lands somewhere around 4% to 6%. Exceptional videos push past 10%. And most channels float somewhere in the 2–10% range. Your job in this early phase is not to go viral, it's to push your CTR and your retention a little higher with each attempt. The reason most small channels stay stuck here is because their thumbnails and titles are too generic, their ideas don't clearly target a specific viewer, and every video feels unrelated. When everything is scattered, YouTube can't figure out who your audience might be. But creators who eventually explode treat this stage like a series of experiments, 10 to 30 videos aimed at the same audience. Testing angles, topics, pacing, hooks, not taking failures personally, improving titles like a scientist, studying retention dips and asking, where did people lose interest? Then comes the moment everything shifts, the first breakout video. This usually happens when three elements finally align. The topic is perfect for your niche. The packaging, your thumbnail and title immediately grabs attention, and the delivery keeps people watching longer than usual. YouTube shows it to a small test group. If those viewers click at above average rates, if they watch a big portion of the video, and if they don't bounce off the platform afterwards, the system sees that as a strong signal. So it widens the test. More impressions, new pockets of viewers with similar habits. This is when you suddenly see your impressions jump from a few hundred to tens of thousands. Your CTR might dip from 12% to around 5% because now you're reaching colder audiences. That dip isn't the video dying. That's the system broadening the reach because it believes your video is worth pushing further. From the outside, this looks like magic. From the inside, it's simply a video crossing the performance thresholds YouTube tracks. And then comes the most exciting part, the compounding effect, the moment where everything accelerates. When that first breakout hits, 3 things happen at the same time. First, you get exposed to a new, highly specific audience. YouTube now knows the type of viewer who reacts strongly to your content. It can match you to more people with similar behavior. Second, your older videos get revived. New viewers binge. They click through your back catalog. Videos that were stuck at 200 or 300 views suddenly leap to thousands because they are now connected to your breakout hit. And third, YouTube finally knows who to test your future uploads on. If your next videos are related in idea, tone, or style, they perform better, faster, because they're shown to an audience that already proved they enjoy your content. This is why growth lines on YouTube are flat for months and then suddenly shoot upward. And if you study channels that grew insanely fast, you see the same pattern over and over. A faceless channel going from 0 to hundreds of thousands of subscribers with just a few dozen uploads. Beluga reaching millions with a consistent format built for binge behavior. Creators jumping from 0 to tens of thousands in a few months by sticking to one viewer problem and iterating aggressively on packaging and storytelling. Different creators, different niches, same underlying pattern, a clear content format, a crystal clear audience, and a streak of focused uploads that reinforce that identity. But the most important insights come from the subtle details, the nuances hardly anyone talks about. You're not competing with all of YouTube. You're only competing within a tiny slot in a specific viewer's feed at a specific moment. You just have to be more appealing than the handful of videos the algorithm is considering for that viewer. YouTube doesn't just learn what your video is about, it learns what type of viewer watches it. If your channel is scattered, the system can't assign you a viewer identity. But if your videos appeal to the same type of person again and again, YouTube quickly understands who your content belongs to. And watch time isn't the only thing that matters. Session time is crucial. If someone watches your video and then stays on the platform, especially if they continue watching your videos, that's incredibly valuable. Channels that create binge behavior, using series formats, consistent titles, and a recognizable tone, tend to explode because they build longer sessions. One more nuance. During growth spikes, CTR naturally dips. This is not a bad sign. It's simply the system expanding your reach to colder audiences. This understanding stops you from making unnecessary changes when a video is taking off. So how do you engineer your own explosion? Start by identifying one obsession your ideal viewer has, not a niche, an obsession. Then create a repeatable format with a built-in curiosity driver. Treat your CTR like a strategic game, not a measure of worth. Run a 20-video experiment sprint where every upload speaks to the same viewer. And when the first breakout happens, go all in for the next 90 days. Make variations, follow-ups, deeper dives. Keep feeding the audience that responded. Because here's the truth, if your channel is small, that doesn't mean the system dislikes you. It usually means it hasn't figured you out yet. Your job is to make that job easier by giving it consistent signals. Every focused upload says, "These are my people." Every watch session tells the algorithm, "This channel keeps viewers engaged." And one day, a single video crosses the invisible thresholds, CTR, retention, satisfaction, and the system finally understands who wants you. That moment feels sudden, but it's built on everything you did before it. Small channels don't explode by accident. They create the conditions where the algorithm finally recognizes them. And when that moment arrives, it never feels like luck. It feels like everything finally clicked. If everything you just heard brought even a little clarity to what's been holding your channel back, if it helped you finally see the pattern behind those sudden explosions, and if it made something shift in your thinking, then let this be the moment you take action. Because creators who grow aren't the ones who wait. They're the ones who move when the path becomes clear. So if this breakdown gave you the confidence to make your next upload smarter, sharper, and more intentional, make sure you show some love before you go. Hit like so the message spreads to creators who need it. Subscribe so you don't miss the next deep dive. And drop the word success in the comments if you want more case studies, templates, or a shareable ebook that walks you through these strategies step by step. Your breakthrough is closer than you think, and if you're ready to go further, I've got a lot more coming your way.